And Elizabeth, it's a return to winter for many of us, isn't it?
Well, it certainly is. We've got 3 amber weather warnings for snow and ice across the UK, so a very serious situation for some parts. I'll come on to that in just a moment. It was the coldest March night again this morning, with temperatures as low as -16 degrees Celsius in the Scottish Northern Highlands. Of course, we had clear skies and plenty of snow cover here. We could see the same again tonight, potentially. But it's all about the amber weather warnings for snow and ice for the rest of the day and into tomorrow morning. 3 of them, one for Northern Ireland, one for Wales into parts of Shropshire, and the third one, of course, as we've been hearing about, from the North Midlands northwards into the Pennines. These are the snowfall totals, of course, the higher totals over the higher ground, and freezing rain is also possible in North Wales and parts of Shropshire too. So some particularly treacherous conditions here. This is the radar picture showing us where the snow is falling. Further south across much of England, then this is all falling as rain, and there could be some heavy, possibly thundery downpours just clearing away later on this afternoon. But of course, of most concern is where we are seeing that falling snow. The weather front is stalling, some very strong winds too, particularly over the Pennine routes, where we could see blizzards and drifting snow.
Good afternoon. We are going to hang on to largely overcast skies through this afternoon, very similar to first thing this morning. A grey start in central London, quite misty and murky and damp. Any sleet and snow has turned back to rain.
Hello, a very good evening to you. I hope you had a good day. I'm sure these little ones are pretty relieved that the snow is on the way. Look at those gorgeous eyes on both of them. However, we're not quite out of the woods. Our weather's pretty unsettled over the next few days, and we have still got the risk of some snow and ice, but mostly our rain falling as rain.
So what's it looking like then?
Hi Sophie, pretty treacherous in places, particularly through central parts of the UK. Good evening to you. The amber warnings remain in force for parts of Northern Ireland, Northern England, North Wales. You can see the extent of the snow there. It's been edging northwards into southern Scotland as well, completely covering Northern Ireland at times. To the south of it, milder with some heavy showers. But the amber warning areas where the heaviest of the snow will be, certainly over the hills, these are the measurements we're looking at. Could see a risk of some freezing rain and icing across North Wales for a time as well.
Stav, when's it getting warmer?
It's going to turn milder, Luxmere, towards the end of the weekend and into next week, but more unsettled. So we'll have to put up with the wind and the rain. Good evening to you. We did have some winteriness yesterday. We've been in the mild air today. Quite a lot of heavy rain around too. Rather grey, misty, murky conditions. Into Friday, we'll be turning colder once again. Some of that rain will be turning to sleet.
Well, earlier we reported on the warnings for the heavy snow set to hit large parts of the UK, and some of the weather warnings have now been extended into the weekend. Well, Joe is here with more on this. And Joe, what could be in store?
It really feels like the warnings are coming thick and fast at the moment, doesn't it? We have those 3 amber warnings in place at the moment. More detail on that to come. Heavy snow this evening in many parts of the country. Last night, our coldest night of the year, down to -16 in northern Scotland. So we really are in the grip of winter at the moment. And over the next few hours, expect more snow quite widely across the north of England. Central areas today certainly saw plenty of snow. That mixture of rain, sleet and snow moving up across the country. And this is Shropshire. I mean, it does look very beautiful, but it has caused a lot of disruption on the roads this afternoon. Snow has moved up into Wales, and there's been around 18 centimetres on higher ground in Wales this afternoon, and more is expected tonight and through the first part of Friday. In fact, many of us will be waking up to a covering of snow tomorrow morning. But to put you into the picture, where's it all coming from? Well, we have a real battleground on our hands at the moment. Cold Arctic air from the north dominating things, and then this milder air trying to move up from the southwest. As it does so with that low pressure that's been bringing rain, it's really turned into snow quite readily, particularly on higher ground today. Now, during tomorrow, that low pressure will move away and the cold air will really take a grip across the UK during tomorrow night. A severe frost expected. More snow then over the next 24 hours, and unfortunately at the weekend we have more warnings in place for snow during Saturday afternoon. Of course, icy conditions quite widely across many parts of the country as we go through this evening. That snowfall continuing in places, and during this weekend we're still in the midst of it. Very cold, frosty nights to come, and as I mentioned before, probably another very cold night tomorrow night quite widely. As you can see, the warnings then for Northern Ireland tonight, that amber warning. Central and northern parts of Wales, that continues continues to be very difficult through tonight and tomorrow, and that Pennine spine again to start the day tomorrow. But by the afternoon, they've all gone and things have calmed down. That colder air taking hold and icy conditions through tomorrow night once more. Definitely have to keep an eye on the warnings over the next few days, really. It's really going to be quite tricky out there on the roads.
Yeah, nowhere near spring yet, Jo,
No,
by the looks of it. Thank you.
Like